So it's really no surprise that at 4:34 a.m. this morning on December 4th, Signal 99, the troll site of people who hide, that won't come out into the light, that use social media to protect themselves as they typically and routinely defend bad cops. They had a post about how evil I am for exposing facts that I had on screen, that Hilarious Scales has a suspended driver's license and faces a court date on January 5th for unpaid child support. Those are facts. They are not made up by me. But Signal 99 in their post has about 80% of it focused on how evil piece of shit I am. But then apparently has some insider information from Mr. Scales himself, I guess, on what a great guy again he is. He's just a great guy, and there's just a misunderstanding about him being a deadbeat dad. I'm going to go ahead and walk through the post.
So let's look at the post. I want to start with the graphic at the bottom. They have to have some sort of smeary Photoshop type graphic because that's the way Signal 99 rolls. But let's go up to the actual post. So I exposed factual information with court records on the screen of Lemanuel Scales being a deadbeat dad. Okay, but I'm the one that's like, I don't have real facts. I'm the guy who's wrong on facts. I don't think I'm ever wrong on facts. I'm very careful with my facts. I'm not, and I don't hide behind things like Signal 99 does. So this whole post, like 80% of it is just smearing me. That's what Signal 99 does. Because when you don't have facts, you got to go with the smears, and that's what they do. They can't point out anything that I said that was factually incorrect because I'm very careful not to say factually incorrect things. It is factual that Lemanuel Scales is a deadbeat dad. That is a fact, okay? So let's go down, everything. There's I printed the thing out and there's 4 pages, okay? A lot of stuff. And you have to go down, it's more than halfway through where there's anything about what I actually talked about other than just how horrible I am. So in Hicks' expose on Scales, he accused him of being a deadbeat dad. Yes, he is a deadbeat dad. That's why he has a court date on January 5th. Do you understand how this works? Little troll hidden people at Signal 99. He says several times because Scales has a court date in January, failed to pay child support, and because of that, license is suspended. That's all true, right? That's facts. And I attacked businesses. Now, I think I critique businesses, but if we want to say attack, we can. I think it is ridiculous that businesses don't vet people that they're using, to be their kind of mascot like they do with him. I think it's ridiculous, and I think they need to be accountable. Government and business that supports deadbeat dads needs to be accountable to the direction they're moving society. And no dollar is worth so much that you become an endorser of behaviors that should be unacceptable in our society. So he even went to Scales' home. Yeah, I rang the doorbell at his home, and chicken shit Scales wouldn't answer the door and instead of called the cops. He is a chicken shit who is afraid because he knows. It's like these people at Signal 99. I'll debate any of these people any day. Signal 99, come out from behind the shadows, cowards. I'll debate you. Why don't you do that? Why are you so afraid? Why you got to call the cops? Hilarious Scales. It's because you know that you are living a facade. Okay. Tried to mimic I did what an actual reporter does. The Local 12's never going to do it. WLWT's never going to do it. Actually reach out and try to get a comment. But let people observe the chicken shit of people running away. Okay. So now they have this information that they could only have gotten from Mr. Scales. Is it true? I don't know. Is it vetted? I don't know. But it seems to me kind of bizarre. So it says, part of the child support arrangement for the court case forthcoming was for daycare. Scales' son hasn't been in daycare for over 2 years. Blah, blah, blah. Child's mother. Da, 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 da. Okay. I don't know where they know this from, but it sounds to me like then he's an idiot, right? Because why didn't he get the arrangement changed? All I can comment on is he is not following the arrangement from the court. He was 6-7 months in arrears, and he is facing a court date. Those are all facts. Signal 99 can't address that. They have to have some bullshit because what they do is they defend certain people, and they have to defend facades because they're a facade. They're cowards that won't come out from behind their little Signal 99 thing, because if you actually solve the people behind Signal 99, you would realize all the ulterior motives of these people and that they are not honest actors. That's why they defend people like Jim Young, the handsy boob man of Batavia Village. Okay, so and it's true. This next point. The issue before the court is not initiated by the mothers. Well, it's one mother. There's two mothers. I'm trying to get the Hamilton County records on his level of paying his child support in Hamilton County. But, the court case is caused by the state because the public has an interest, okay? The public has an interest in a man who does not pay state-mandated child support for the child he left behind due to his own actions. And that's why there is a court date. Okay, so now we've got the rest of it is all just more about how evil I am, how bad I am, and how honorable Signal 99 is. Yes, you're honorable. And I have to love that the first comment that shows up when I look at it is this comment. I think Signal 99 is doing exactly what they're accused Hicks of doing. Kind of ironic. Completely agree that Hicks Watchdog can be unprofessional, allow emotions to get in the way of the facts. I don't agree with that, Tony. But while his delivery may not be the most polished, okay, at least he does not hide behind the veil of social media. I agree with that. I'm not a coward. I'm not a person that's going to call the cops at the first drop because somebody wants to ask me a question, because I'm not afraid to answer questions. Okay? Hicks Watchdog puts himself out there unabashedly, unlike Signal 99, who finds it necessary to remain anonymous and coward-like. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. And we need to have the discussions about where our society is, that you have people using social media claiming to have some law enforcement connection to defend bad actors in secret without revealing themselves and what their ulterior motives are, and these influencers that are actually horrible role models for our kids, where we let them apparently people want them to have this facade and let them get away with it because it makes us feel good.